I had hoped that in this video I would be finishing off the guitar that looks like, but is not, a Mockingbird, but one little thing more came up that I just had to deal with. So it's in the cupboard, in the drying cupboard, and, well, you'll see why it's in the drying cupboard in just a moment. Alright, I'm standing on my side of the bench, so this is upside down. I'm taking this out of the drying cupboard where it's been for quite some weeks now, so it's well and truly cured. It's certainly hard. I can feel the lumps where those bubbles are in the gold paint, but I'm also quite aware that this clear enamel is fairly thick, so I should be able to cut that back a little. What I suspect may happen, but it might not be avoidable, is that I will level sand just the very surface of that clear, and it might take off the mountain peaks of those bubbles in the paint. It would be nice if I didn't. It would be nice if there was enough depth in the clear coat that I could sand that flat and not interfere with those bubbles, but I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. Let's find out. So I'm wet sanding this now. I've already begun. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but it feels like I might be lucky. That is almost flat, and I haven't broken the surface of that paint hill thing, but almost isn't quite, is it? So let's see if I succeed. Oh, that is so close. So close. Ooh, is that... It's difficult because I'm crouching down to see if I can see shadow, but I can see the shadow of the paint bubble / mountain thing under the acrylic, because the acrylic is clear, so that's not necessarily a great guide. That feels like it's there, like that is flat. Now I would prefer that those paint bubbles weren't there because they are still visible. But even though you can see the bubble in the paint below, this video really isn't doing justice to how yellowy gold this paint is. Even though you can see the bubble, you can't feel it because the surface of that enamel clear is flat. So that's as good as I could have hoped for in the circumstances. I'll go ahead and flatten the surface of the clear coat all over. So I'm doing a big tidy up in my workshop. Also replaced my vacuum cleaner with a yellow one. The blue one I've had for some years has given up the ghost. I think it's because I was getting too much, or early on in its life, I had been getting too much dust into it. I'm not now because of the way I do it, but never mind. Never mind. Okay, so this project is going to be delayed. unfortunately, and that's because I've spotted something that isn't great. I'm not really sure how I managed to do it. I don't know if you can see it, but the neck appears to get thicker as it goes down towards the headstock, which is not the way things should be. It only does it from one particular angle. And the reason for that, I can see, is that, as you know, a neck can have one of many different profiles. It can be quite flat on the back, or it can have a C shape or a D shape. These are all different, subtly different shaped curves on the back. And holding the neck there is good, but holding the neck anywhere feels good, but it has a different profile down that end than it does up here. And I'm reluctant to fix it, but I will. The reason I'm reluctant is that the difference kind of works. It has sort of a C-ish shape here, nice and curved, and it feels comfortable, and it flattens off a lot here when you're playing the higher notes, and that feels good too, but it doesn't look right, and no, I do want it to look right. So there's not really much by way of a shoulder on that curve there, but there definitely is here, and that's the difference. I'm going to have to do a little bit of reshaping, which is annoying because I've already finished it, so that's going to mean some refinishing, which is really going to add to the time, because then you have to allow for the enamel to dry and cure. But such is life, really. Such is life. So I'll just reshape that now, spray it and hang it up. So I just did a whole lot of reshaping on this with my camera on the bench pointing, I thought, at this. It wasn't pointing at this at all. I guess I didn't check where it was pointing. It was kind of pointing over here, and you couldn't even see what I was doing. Sorry about that. So I've used some excellent tools for neck shaping. Shinto saw file, saw rasp, really good. Bear in mind, I'm not taking a huge amount off because the neck is mostly shaped. This, it's a rasp. It's basically a cheap knockoff of what's called a dragon rasp, which is fantastic for necks, especially around the volute, little curves like that. And my random orbital sander. And now this feels much better. Basically, this shape feels more like this shape, and this is now about 19 millimeters, whereas that's about 21, 22 millimeters ish. So I'm just going to do some fine sanding on this, and then I will spray the neck. I'm going to have to hang it up for at least a couple of weeks, which delays things. And this is the last nearly finished guitar that I have in the workshop. There is one other that I've just started, and there are a couple of other projects. Oh, no. The Blackwood Telecaster. That's right. I'll go back to that next. And we'll wait for this one.